First forecast brought to you by Store It at Home, rent-to-own portable buildings. Temperatures, well, they were anything but cool today. Would even bargain to say it was downright hot out there. Temperatures near 90 degrees here, 89 officially. Leesville at 90, Natchitoches at 91, Natchez getting up to 88. Everyone in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And these temperatures are only going to get worse as we head into the weekend. We're going to see them continue to increase. And as we go into next week, unfortunately, we're also going to be dealing with the humidity, which we haven't had to deal with so far, even with these higher temperatures. So it's going to feel a lot like summer as we go into next week. 62 out there tonight, mostly clear skies, but it's all about the heat and some slight chances of rain. Of course, I'll have details about that and much more coming up in a few minutes. Your ABC 31 News starts now.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. As hurricane season approaches, preparations have already begun in Louisiana. WBRZ's chief meteorologist Josh Eaches has our big story from Baton Rouge.
This is the third stop for the hurricane hunters on their awareness tour that began Monday in McAllen, Texas, Tuesday in Beaumont, and of course day 3 right here at Metro Airport in Baton Rouge, all part of the annual tour for Hurricane Preparedness Week as we near the start of the season on June 1st. After the 2 aircraft landed at Metro Airport this afternoon, events began with a press conference that gave us an opportunity to hear from the new director of the National Hurricane Center, Ken Graham, the director of the Weather Prediction Center, Dr. David Novak, and Louisiana's Governor John Bell Edwards. The pilots and scientists aboard the aircraft then stopped in our region today. Their mission is one of data collection with instruments known as dropsondes to help make the best forecast possible.
There's a GPS tracker inside so we can get the wind speed, the wind direction, and there's a radio transmitter as well so that as it's falling through the storm, we're getting the data in real time.
That data goes into the infamous forecast models, the computer model guidance that has tremendously improved our ability to track and predict storm path and intensity each year. You'll hear much more from the hurricane hunters and tropical and storm forecasting experts as we near the hurricane season and get you ready for hurricane season 2018. Of course, we'll have continuing coverage on air, online, and on our digital platforms. Reporting at Metro Airport in Baton Rouge, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dr. Josh Eaches.
State Police will conduct a sobriety checkpoint somewhere in Rapides Parish on Saturday nights from 10:30 to 2 a.m. Their mission, of course, is to intercept and arrest impaired drivers. Now, troopers do warn about these checkpoints, but never reveal where they're going to be setting them up. Alexandria police are searching for 2 missing juveniles. They're 16-year-old Keandrick Jones and 15-year-old Carvel St. Cyr. They were last seen on Bayou Rapides Avenue a week ago. Jones is 5'7", weighs about 150 pounds. St. Cyr is 5'3", weighs about 115 pounds. Please do call police if you can help in that search. The Rapides Parish Sheriff has hired American Municipal Services to help with collecting fines and costs. They'll be pursuing all delinquent traffic fines for citations and just received their first set of files. Students from LSUA closed one chapter today and began a new one as more than 260 graduates received degrees and certifications during the 2018 spring graduation commencement. This year's commencement was held in the Rapides Parish Coliseum with State Senator Jay Luno serving as the guest speaker. One of many graduates expressed how he felt as the big day arrived and, as an international student, how he decided to stay in the country.
It's been wonderful. I've loved my 4 years here. Moving from another country to come over to here, it's basically become a home away from home now, and it's sad to graduate, but I'm glad I'm done. My plans actually are I want to stay in the country, so I am working with LSUA at the moment closely to find a job to be able to stay here, so therefore I can work with them and carry on, basically give back to what they've given me.
University's enrollment and graduation numbers continue to grow each year. And education authorities say more Louisiana high school students are graduating than ever before. The statewide 4-year graduation rate has increased from 77% in 2016 to 78.1% last year. Alan Fitz of Montgomery is the recipient of an academic scholarship from the State Sheriff's Scholarship Program. He plans to attend LSU to study mechanical engineering. Grant Sheriff Stephen McCain nominated for the program. The Rapides Parish 4-H Club held its annual Field Day, also known as Achievement Day. ABC31 Shar Thomas has that story.
Rapides 4-H members took over the VAC Shelter Center for Field Day. This wasn't just any typical field day. Members had fun while learning about life skills. Rapides 4-H is a nonprofit youth development organization focused on creating experiences and opportunities to become their very best. Tioga Jr. Holly Collins has been a member of 4-H since the 4th grade. Collins says 4-H has made a huge impact on her confidence.
My speaking abilities have transformed tremendously. If you would have asked me a year ago if I could have got up and participated in a TV interview like this, I probably couldn't have done it. But with these leadership opportunities that I've had, my speaking abilities have transformed.
Now that Collins is preparing for college in the next few years, she will take those lessons with her.
I plan to go to Louisiana State University and follow the Agriculture Education Evaluation and Extension course to further my education into Ag Ed and become a 4-H agent with the LSU Ag Center.
Like so many others in 4-H, they will enter into young adulthood with a plan. If you would like to put your child in 4-H, here's what you should do.
They can join through our office as a member at large, or they can join through the schools if their school has a club. It starts off at 4th grade on up to senior year of high school, and we do also start a smaller group, which is called for our younger kids, which is Clover Buds, that could be from kindergarten up to 3rd grade.
For more details, visit the Rapides Parish 4-H Facebook page. Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
A new women's clothing and accessory store has opened its doors in central Louisiana. Addie's Closet Boutique got its start in 2016, selling clothes online, and now settled into its first location on Military Highway in Pineville. Members of the Stenlaw Chamber of Commerce joined the boutique's owner and staff today for a ribbon-cutting ceremony and to do a little shopping. You can stop by the store or visit them on Facebook to see just what they have to offer. May 12th is a special day for the Food Bank of Central Louisiana. It marks their annual Stamp Out Hunger food drive.
It's a nationwide drive. It's called Stamp Out Hunger. It's always the second Saturday in May. This is the 26th year that the National Association of Letter Carriers has been doing this food drive. And the way it works is we ask people to put food out by their mailboxes on this Saturday, and the letter carriers pick up all that food all across the country and take it to their local food banks. And so all across central Louisiana, we're asking people to put food out by their mailboxes. And you can put any non-perishable item in that bag, and then the letter carriers are going to pick it up this Saturday and bring it to the food bank.
As she said, you can leave the donations in that bag near your mailbox or your front door. If the green foliage and stems on your plants are beginning to turn yellow, they may have some nitrogen deficiency issues. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center horticulturist Dan Gill explains just what you can do to solve that problem.
A common misconception is that when we fertilize our plants, we're actually feeding them. Well, this simply is not the case. Plants make their own food through photosynthesis. They consume light as their source of energy. But the minerals in the fertilizers that we use are important to plants' health. Just like we may take iron supplements or potassium supplements to help our health, well, plants need these mineral supplements as well, and we provide that to them through the form of fertilizers. Now, let me show you what happens when a plant doesn't get enough of a nutrient. These are examples of nitrogen deficiency, the nutrient that is most commonly deficient because it's used in greatest amounts and leaches from soil the fastest. Now, here's some normal-looking cleomes. They've got nice color, good stocky shape. These cleomes are nitrogen deficient. Nitrogen is moved from the lower leaves and they turn yellow up in the upper growth, but there's just not enough nitrogen. The whole plant looks yellowish and stunted. Same thing here with these salvias. These are the same kind of salvia. This has gotten enough nitrogen, big old dark green leaves, not enough nitrogen here, stunted, yellow, and not doing very well. Now, if you have plants that look like this or start to look on the pale side, don't let them get this bad, you can fertilize them with a soluble fertilizer. Now, use a soluble fertilizer because the nitrogen is an immediately available form, and these plants need nitrogen as fast as possible. Also, don't overlook the fact that there are some plants that are naturally chartreuse. This is an ornamental sweet potato and an alternanthera. These are the color they should be. Fertilizer won't help them. But for plants that should be a good dark green color, watch for this paleness and stunting and give them some nitrogen if you see that. Forget it growing. I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on other lawn and garden topics, call your parish LSU Ag Center Extension office or visit that website there on your screen.
MASH 4077, SOS and Mayday.
MeTV presents MASH May Days.
Something special just for me.
Each week in May, MeTV remembers a different memorable 4077 character. There's Hawkeye Week.
It's a prayer come true.
Hot Lips Week.
Here's to me.
Radar Week.
Oh, that's me.
Potter Week.
Perfecto.
And BJ Week.
You've got to be kidding.
On MeTV Alexandria.
Warmer temperatures are on the way, unfortunately, as we go through the next couple of days. It's already warm out there, and it's likely going to get worse, and maybe even more humidity. Going to make it feel even warmer out there, even with the warm temperatures as of late. At least it hasn't been humid to make it feel that much worse, but as we go forward, it looks like that is going to change. The next 3 days, of course, going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here, plenty of warmth. Just a few clouds as far as shade goes, and those temperatures are going to continue to be on the rise. Our surface map showing exactly why. High pressure in control on the northern part of Florida. Very warm temperatures all across the southeast. Clockwise flow around high pressure system allows for that energy and warm temperatures, even higher dew points to come off of the Gulf of Mexico. There's nothing blocking it. This isn't going to change. The only thing that will change is eventually what you see down here as far as that light green, that's going to move into the Gulf of Mexico, and that'll help spur just a couple of showers as we move forward, and that'll keep the temperatures down just a touch as we go into next week. 91 for the day tomorrow, but you notice those dew points creeping back up into the upper 60s. Anytime above 65 is when it starts to feel humid. We're going to be flirting with that line tomorrow, all the way up to 68 about noontime, and then mixing out during the afternoon. That's why you have the cloud cover, and then 63 for our dew point as we go through the late afternoon. Those temperatures, yeah, they'll be feeling like the mid-90s tomorrow with that added humidity. Now, looking forward to the weekend, of course, we have Mother's Day out there. The storm path still continues to be well off to our north. That allows that heat to build. But like I said, those showers entering Florida eventually will take over most of the peninsula. That area of low pressure is just going to wander into the northern part of the Gulf and eventually into the southeast. That means we'll have a very summer-like pattern with temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s, and a chance at a shower or storm just about every afternoon next week. So typical summer for us around here. And you notice that little tongue of green there coming out of the Gulf of Mexico going up the Mississippi River. That is also due to that added moisture moving in to the Gulf of Mexico. 62 out there tonight. That dew point slowly on the rise. Mostly clear skies, and then again back up into the lower 90s tomorrow. 91 at least. Very warm, and the 7-day forecast not relenting much. And even though I don't have showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, there'll be a chance, at least about a 20 to 30, going from Monday through Thursday of next week. Temperatures holding steady in the lower 90s. That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
Ross, thank you very much. Bench presses, squats, and bicep curls may shape your body, but they can also help shape your mind. With more, here's Elizabeth Herr.
Jazzercise, running, and other aerobic exercises help improve depression symptoms. But what about the non-cardiac exercises in the weight room or on the mat? Do they have any effect? Yes. That's according to a new study where researchers from Ireland and Sweden pulled data from more than 1,800 patients and 33 randomized clinical trials measuring how resistance training affects mood. They worked out 3 sessions a week for an average of 16 weeks. The intensity of the exercises, well, they were mixed, but it wasn't an Olympic effort. Most were low to moderate, and their ages ranged from the 20s to 80s. Resistance training, everything from arm raises to leg lifts, alleviated depression symptoms, with the largest gains in patients who reported mild to moderate depression. In the end, the new study found that mood improvement did not depend on how much you exercised, your baseline health, or the amount of strength gained from the exercise program.
When temperatures rise, some don't always have the luxury of turning on a thermostat. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly. You can help by dropping off a fan at a location near you. Vans will be collected and distributed by each parish's Council on Aging provider. Remember, keeping cool isn't something that comes easy for everyone. Help us to bring some relief from the summer heat to those less fortunate.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. The MSU softball team saw their season come to an end last night in the conference tournament against Southeastern. The Lady Demons fell behind 6-0 after 3 innings and couldn't recover. Coach Donald Pickett wasn't all that pleased with his team's effort.
It's the last game of the year, and you know it's do or die, and we didn't come out ready to play. I mean, I don't know, what was really going on, but those first 3 innings, nobody was wanting to make a play. Nobody was expecting the ball to be hit to them. We were just slow. We were a step slow, and we just didn't have that fire that we needed to have to, to stay in that game a little bit longer, and just dug ourselves a hole, and it's just hard to come out of them when you're in a do-or-die situation like that.
The NSU baseball team will play their final home conference series of the year this weekend against Abilene Christian. With just 6 conference games remaining, the Demons need every win they can get to lock down a spot in the SLC tournament. And Coach Barbier says the big turnaround this year can be credited to the leadership of his 4 seniors.
Everybody wants to talk a lot about the new guys that we brought into the program to change it this year, to have this kind of the turnaround that we've had. But those guys have put us on their backs. I mean, with Quan and Dave and Kelsey catching 27 innings in about 24 hours, and obviously Dan and what he's done out of the bullpen. Those guys have been the guys that led the charge to teach these new guys how we want to play.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.